are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
And yes, indeed, you are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia. What a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And the 23rd day of February 2024. And Paul, do you know what? Welcome first. Do you know that this February is leap year is 29 days?
Yes, it's leap year. Good evening, Linford, and it's good to be back here. This is leap year. When we were small, we're told that when it's come to the 29, a lot of people die in a leap year. I don't know how true it is, but this we have been all with a stereotype of the leap year. It is the leap year. So
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if this is true, but many times I heard that leap year, BB things can happen in a leap year.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, but I want to say welcome to all of you, and we'll be taking our musical break, and when we come back, we'll be introducing what we'll be talking about tonight. So stay tuned and welcome. This is the Bottom Line Liberia, and excuse me for the small voice in the background.
I think you should lay out what we talk about before the musical break.
Okay, so but we're going to be talking about the tenure position, which is the biggest story in town now, where people are being removed from their tenure position by this government. And if you go back into history, we'll be diving into history, how the tenure position came about in the first place. And then we'll also be talking about the travels, let me put S there, by the vice president and the president to go to attend their businesses. So those are some of the things we'll be talking about. So we're going to take our musical break and we'll come back.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to breathe? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not to corrupt. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us. They lie. The people fool us, people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the bar up and with the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
And let's say welcome again. This is the Bottom Line Liberia. Tonight, Paul is with me. We're sorry that Jamar is not going to be here. He's on some engagements. And Paul and I will try to do the best we can. And like we told you before, tonight we'll be talking about the much talked about tenure position that people are being removed from to be occupied by partisans of the Unity Party or supporters. And also we'll be discussing the travels of the president and the vice president simultaneously. That is alleged that they travel on private jets, respectively. That means that they travel at different times on different private jets. That is seen. Whether it's in line with the code of conduct. And so we'll be talking about some of these things. And I think Paul will also be telling you more about a bill that has been or communication that have been sent to the House to some of people. But again, we'll be looking at the case between Prophet Key and Judy Andy, what happened to that case, and we'll be having a video clip of the man who is a legal advisor to the president that allegedly called for the throwing out of that case. You will hear from the man himself. He will give his justification. But all of these are coming up on the Bottom Line Liberia. So if you get joining us for the first time, we'd like to say welcome. This is where we discuss the issues, and we do not, like we say, we do not abuse anybody here. We do not undermine anybody. We say what we know and what are facts. Paul, anything for our viewers?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say good evening to our viewers. This is the Bottom Line Liberia. Welcome to the Bottom Line. If you're joining us for the very first time, kindly click on the red button. So we based in Europe. The Lord Cholope is in the seat of King James. I'm in London, precisely. And I welcome all of you to this wonderful discussion tonight. It will be fascinating to find out what is actually happening. And to start with, therefore, before you will get into the main action, have the president asset and the vice president asset been published yet? If so, why we haven't seen it? There was a pledge and a commitment to the Liberian people. Have it been done yet? Just asking you. If no, then we'll move on.
No. I haven't seen it, so I cannot clearly say no. It probably has been published, but I have not seen it. And so since I have not seen it, I can opinionate and say no. And let me get advice, you fire Dominic. This is no kissy program. You don't expect me to praise any kissy man. You can't talk nonsense. There will be your very last time hearing this program. Your very last time. I give you that warning. Any more comment from you, nonsense. You are gone. You can go to other platforms. You can go to Spoon. You don't need to be here. We told you we do not abuse people. You can't tell us nonsense. If you're here to fight a war, we do not fight war here. This is just a straight warning to you. You try any nonsense from you again, you're gone. You can go anywhere else. Okay? Thank you very much. If you think that we're talking nonsense, do not listen to it. It's very simple. Okay? Very simple. Simple as that. So you don't come and abuse us, because we do not do that to anybody here. That's our strongest rule here. We can disagree, but we don't insult people. Thank you. So then we get going. Welcome my good old friend Prince Dover. Prince and I always rubbing showed up politically. But Prince Dover, welcome. Please help us to share the show, and welcome to each and every one of you. Those of you whose names we cannot see, that do not appear on my dashboard, want to say welcome to all of you. But like we said, we'll be discussing some of the burning issues tonight. So we're going to start this way. We're going to go to the front page news. The front page news has reported that controversy is brewing. Controversy means confusion, no understanding. Controversy is brewing. Okay, as President Bouaka reportedly prepares to replace the NAFA Director General. And those of you who do not know what NAFA is the, the National Fisheries Agriculture Authority for Liberia. Aqua agriculture, when they talk about every time we talk about agriculture, people think it's only about going to plant food on the, you call it bush, you plant rice and crops and all that stuff. No, but it's about culturing. We can also culture the fish in the water, even the animals. You can raise them. So most of the food we eat, they are being cultured. They are being, especially from the water, anything that has to do with aqua. For those of you who study science, when you hear the word aqua, it means water. So if you hear about aqua agriculture, it has to do with anything that grows in the water, and that's about fish, because we're talking about national fisheries. So the Director General to that place that was appointed by President Weah and confirmed by the Senate during the Weah administration is Emma Glasgow, and she has 4 years tenure. That means she's supposed to be there for 4 years. Whether the government that appoint her is out, the other government that is coming in must respect that 4 years until, according to the law, the act that created the tenure positions, that person should be there to complete that tenure before you can move them. Okay, so if the government is supposed to be there for 6 years and you are appointed on the very first week of the time the government sat in, that government, you will move from there before that government moves, because the government goes for 6 years and you will be there for 4 years. And then so, but it happened that the government that appointed Emma Glasgow has left, and she said she still has 2 more years. And then a new government is coming in and trying to move her. And we are not showing her picture because she's one of those people who is reportedly being affected. So there are scores of them, scores of other places. We talk about the LTA, that's the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, and other places in government. So, Paul, this is what we are faced with. The tenure position created by the CDC government. In fact, it was, just to dive back into history, this tenure, the act that created the tenure, the bill, was not passed by the CDC government. It was passed under the Unity Party government, under President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and Vice President then, Joe Boakai, was Vice President and President of the Senate. And so he oversaw all this bill. He knew that this bill was going to be passed. He agreed to it. He and the Senate, they approved it, and they went into law. Any bill that the president or whoever proposes, and then they send it to the lawmaker sign it, they agree to it, it becomes law, it becomes binding. If they say, anybody who eat your goggle for, you monapu, let me put it a simple way, and sorry for using the word, and that bill go to the lawmaker, they say, yeah, we all agree to it. So that means when you go for you don't do that thing. That law, you can say, oh, no way, until they can come back again and say, okay, the lawyer, we made it, we passed it before, yeah, we agreed to it. But today, they were looking, we want to take it back. Like how we can say, when Paul says something, I say, Paul, I'm like, he said, okay, I'll take it back. So they can say, okay, we're taking the law back again, and then cancel that part that we don't like, or cancel the whole law. So this law was passed under the watchful eyes of our president now, during the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government. So that now that he is president and under his watch, people in his government problem with his acquiescence or his approval, are trying to break the sin law, not even repealing it, but breaking it, is kind of troubling. So, Paul, I don't know. What do you think?
You see, what this our people usually say, when something was bad yesterday,
Mm.
it might not be bad today, right? If something was good yesterday, it can be good today. When United Party came up with this idea, which was brilliant because they put people in a position to be very independent so they can carry their work off freely without being worried about making mistake, and then the president will sack them. And that was a good idea they came up with. Now, the United Party have come back again because they have now campaigned, they came to power. All of these people that campaign want these 10 new jobs. So that's why they're pushing all of this. So I think there was a clarity today from the press conference that was held. Somebody coming in, Roger, he joining us, just to let you know. There was a press conference today, and the legal advisor to the president said something. I think it'll be good we play it for our audience, and then we can take cue from it. Because something is just not right with this thing. Because if you have a tenure, if you have not committed any crime, you carry all your job effectively, they can't sack you unless they have a clause in there where when you perform poorly or you done something, then they have all right to remove you. But if the person is on their job without their tenure be over, it means you have to pay them for the remaining time of the. And we're talking about like they don't have money. So this is a serious allegation. Don't play that.
Okay. Let me just bring in the clarification that Paul just made. Paul just touched on. Today, the legal advisor to President Joseph Yuma Boakai, in person of Councillor Buchu Ben Keita, along with the press secretary Kula Fofana, had press briefing, and Councillor Buchu Ben Keita clarified reasons, or he tried to, let me tell you one thing, just before we bring him in. I learned something a long time ago, that it's easy to say the truth than it is saying lies. Because if you try to, if you look at something is black and you say it's white, that point at which you will be forced or compelled to give that explanation to convince the people that you're talking to will be the most tragic point in your life. That's what I believe. So that if you know something is wrong and you try to justify, you try to say it the way it is not, you make people to, because the people you're talking to, they're not crazy people. And that's why every time I hear somebody lie, even if it's a simple lie, I try to ask myself, is this person, what do liars think? That the people you try to lie to, they're crazy, they don't see you, they don't hear you, they don't see the thing you're talking about. So, but let's talk, let's hear from Councillor Buchu Ben Keita. He was in a press conference today where he tried to justify why the United Party is doing what they are doing now by trying to forcibly replace people who are on tenure position.
My name is Bushiben Keita, because we didn't want to keep you people here all day, so we had to prioritize talking to you. The decision is this: with regard to those positions that were established by statutes as tenured positions in government, agencies, commissions, and specialized organizations. Tenured positions. For example, you are there for 4 years or 5 years or 6 years. The cabinet has decided that those tenured positions violate Article 56A of the Liberian Constitution, which says that everybody who works in the executive branch of government serves at the pleasure of the president. Therefore, the cabinet has authorized the president, and it has been concluded as a government policy that all of those cabinet tenure positions that are in government will be replaced. That the president will exercise his authority to appoint people to any position in the executive branch of government, whether the person has a tenure or not, except for those positions that are protected by the Constitution of Liberia. If the tenure was created by statute, it is the position of the government that it violates Article 56E that specifically states that all of those in the executive branch of government must serve at the pleasure of the president. Now, let me quickly add this. The Liberian Supreme Court has ruled in two major cases: Martin Sally Colley versus executive branch, and the LCC case, the constitutionality of Article 16.1 and 16.2 of the new LCC. In those two cases, the Supreme Court held that the tenure are contracts, and that those contracts must be respected in keeping with Article 25 of the Constitution. Therefore, for all of those tenure positions, they are considered contracts for a definite period, contracts for a fixed period. And in all such instances where there's an employer and employee relationship established, and there is an unexpired portion of the contract, the Supreme Court has held, and we agree that those holding tenured positions should be compensated for the unexpired term of their tenure. For example, you went there in 2022, you have 4 years. In 2024, you still have another 2 years to go. If you are terminated today, government owe you your 2 years fee. So we will treat it as if you serve out your term, but you cannot compel the president to keep you in a position if you are not serving at the pleasure of the president. That will be violation of Article 56E. And you cannot make a statute law that contradicts, attempts to limit or repeal a provision of the Constitution. But as the Supreme Court said, in keeping with Article 25, the sanctity of contracts, all those who have valid tenures who are replaced will be.
Well, you know what? I meant to pause it here for one reason. You know, he has explained a lot of things.
Right.
But there is something that Flomo said any law that comes in conflict with the Constitution, that law becomes void. Now, Buju Ben Keita just alluded to that in the last sentence he made now. He is saying that all appointed positions serve at the pleasure and will of the president. We agree. But when these people, when the same government that the president leads agrees to a law, whether it's not constitutional, it's just a statutory law, that this thing should happen, but because the president is given absolute power, he can override that law when the other branch of the government, which is the legislative branch, has already approved it and enacted into law. But because the president is so powerful in Liberia, he can override it and say, look, we're going to remove you. Whether your tenure is over or not, we're going to remove you and put somebody that I like in your place, and then we'll pay you off. So then, what's the need of having the headache where somebody already made this proposal, go to the House, they vote on it, it go into law? What's the headache? What is the headache of going through that? It shouldn't be necessary. We should just give this president absolute power. And when I say this president, I'm not talking about Bwaka. I'm talking about the president that will be in power that will do that. And Bwaka is doing the exact thing. And this is a man under whose watchful eyes this law went into force. So why is it that today he's coming to exercise his absolute power in Article 16 that this councillor is talking about? Anyway,
this is a
yes.
serious problem here. I think let's listen to what he's saying because there's a follow-up to this. Let's
Okay.
continue. Yeah.
Compensated for the unexpired portion of their terms. There is a caveat to that. The code of conduct in Article 5.1 says all officials appointed by the President of the Republic of Nigeria shall not A, engage in political activities, canvass or contest for elected offices, B, use government facilities, equipment, or resources in support of partisan or political activities, and C, serve on a campaign team of any political party or the campaign of any independent candidate. That's the law. The law says you cannot be a tenured official and you actively take part in politics, serve on a campaign team, dress up in campaign paraphernalia, post all your campaign photos, and do all the other activities, and then still expect your tenure to be respected or expect to be paid if your tenure is taken away.
No, I want to forget. I want quite a small more as he says something. So, Paul, are you following a line of discussion here? He just named three things that if you are appointed by the president or the government, you should not do. You should not campaign. That is take part in political activity, wearing party paraphernalia. It can be hat, it can be t-shirt, it can be shoes or whatever. And something else in name. But so is there a reason he's trying to give for which they are removing people like Emma Glasgow, who was part of the CDC?
So Linford,
help me here.
He have laid out the premise of why they're going to remove them. And you see what happened. Now I say when something was wrong yesterday, it can be wrong today,
Right
must
today.
be right today. So United Party created a situation years back. I remember 2017. There were the very people that were internal position that were pushing for Joseph Nima Baka. When Weah came to office, he did not remove them. He tried that with Arthur Jackson in London. What happened? It went to the Supreme Court. There are few others they try away. The government have to back off. The United Party is gone back to that same Weah playbook, and this time they gave you the reason why they're going to terminate these people contract because it's a contract that they have. You see, they lay the premise that, because you're in party uniform yesterday, you campaign against all, but there's something in the Liberian constitution. All Liberians are entitled to a job. So and they all have to be affiliated with parties. And that is the fact. So if you're using the party situation, then where about you in 2017? We have kept the people. So they're using that now as a premise to get rid of people. They have already marked those who they're going to get rid of. And that's what he's trying to say.
Okay, we go to the video again and continue, and let's hear more revelations.
Therefore, we announce that for those individuals who have tenure today, who we have evidence violated the code of conduct, you will be replaced and will not compensate you.
Yeah.
You'll be replaced and will not compensate you. The laws are there. If you feel that you did not violate the code of conduct and you need to be compensated, you will take advantage of the law. But if we say to you that you violated the code of conduct, trust us. We have evidence, videographic and photographic evidence to prove that you did participate actively in politics, wear campaign paraphernalia while serving as a tenured officer, actively took part in canvassing or served on a campaign team. Those people will be replaced, will not be compensated. For all the other tenured officers who may be replaced, they will be compensated for the unexpired term of the contract. This is not to say that all tenured positions will be replaced. It is to say that the government reserves the right, in keeping with law, to replace any tenured position, except for those positions that are specifically set out in the Constitution of Liberia. So I hope that the message was clear. We are not going to be bound in any form by tenure. If you're not serving at the pleasure of the president, and the president desires to put somebody there who will serve at his pleasure in keeping with Article 6A, will proceed to replace you. If you have violated your code of conduct and you actively campaign while serving as a tenured officer, will replace you and will not compensate you. If you did not violate, will replace you and will compensate you.
Okay, but he's saying something that makes me to scratch my head as well. He also saying that if the president feel that you are not serving as his will and pleasure, you see, the thing here is not about you wearing paraphernalia for parties, or it's not about you canvassing for party. It's about you paying who makes you this president. If they feel that you are from the CDC or the ANC or another party, and you don't belong to them, and of course, United Party people have always said from the campaign time that you are only a Liberian if you say amen to Joe Walker. That's when you are Liberian. But the rest of the people who do not say amen to him, they are not Liberians.
Absolutely.
So we always say the Liberian people. So he is clearly saying here that if you do pay that homage to the president, and the president is not satisfied with you, they will remove you. And then they look for reasons to attach it to. I mean, the Liberian Constitution gives everybody the right to vote, whether you in one party, whether you in government, you're not in government. So what about the civil servants that voted for other parties? What are you going to do with them? You want to remove them?
They replace them with United Party people.
You see, so I think they are setting very bad precedent. But the key word right here that he just said is that if you are not serving at the will and pleasure of the president, that means you are not bowing down to this king.
So Linford, the act of the tenure, that's what to give you independence, not to work at the will of the pleasures of the president.
Yeah, not to look over your shoulders. Not to look over your shoulders every day. Not to sit in your office and checking your mailbox if your dismissal letter has come.
Thank you. See, so now this guy has set the stage that, okay, send the guy who CDC party t-shirt and the intern, but they didn't support us. That is, we have video evidence, we have photograph, we use it. But there's something in our very article, in our law. It's also said when a person violates, they need to set up a five-man commission that will investigate. When they found them guilty, then they can terminate their contract. But this guy is saying because you wore party, he's not fighting the standard of their law that is set back. They're going to get rid of you. And he says something else again. For those that have the term remaining, if you didn't support us, we will get rid of you too and pay you off. So they already mark who the people they're going for. They mark them. So he set the stage now. They're making it clear to the public, this is what we're going to do. To me, if they don't go by the law, that's a new dictatorship coming in place. That's how I see it.
Yeah, but and besides him quoting the law and sticking to what's inside the law, he's going the extra mile by saying, if you do not serve at the will and pleasure of the president. No, then I get to be confused as to whether everyone that works in the government will have to serve at the will. But okay, you are appointed, you are confirmed, you went through confirmation, you are confirmed under a specific act you're not like one minister that was appointed by the president, the person was confirmed, and then he went to work, and the president can say, Mr. Minister, get off anytime. But you are covered by specific law that was enacted by the other branch of government. So I don't understand here where the executive will come and exercise power, and then the legislatures will sit there and say nothing. Because some of them, of course, But let's continue with this video. I think we don't have much to say about it. Let's just hear what you say more, and then we can cut it off and continue with something else.
And we do not believe that those statutes that were established by GFTMU, that they supersede the Constitution of Liberia or supersede Article 56A, except that we hold, in keeping with the Supreme Court's several rulings on the sanctity of contracts according to Article 25, that if we terminate your contract before your contract expires on its new terms, we are obligated to compensate you for the unexpired term of your contract. I hope I clarified our position. Thank you very much.
Okay. So,
Wow.
let me see if I can get him off the screen. It's like, let me tell you, Paul, like two guys fighting, right? When the man knock you down, then you say, hey, my man, stop. Then the man feels sorry for you. Then you turn around with the man. When you utter what he now, then you're strong. When the United Party government was in power, under Joe Baka was, the Senate passed this law. I mean, they approved this law. It was good in that favor because they had their people there. Then, when we are king, we are trying to tamper with this thing. The United Party people were the loudest mouth. We are, in fact, proposed a bill that they wanted this thing cancelled. And in that term, they also tampered with Asset Jackson from the IMO. Okay? And in a big case, they went to the court. The United Party had the loudest mouth to talk because as they consider themselves, they are the Liberian people, they are the only people, they are in majority, they got everything. They got all the brains, they got all the manpower, they got everything. That they will even threaten that if election does not go that way, Liberia will be no more. I laugh at these people. I laugh at them. Because people are very quick to forget. And if it were only young people in this United Party, like we're talking about people in their 20s and 25 or 30, even 30, I would say, okay, they are not watched anything or they are not witnessed any event in Liberia. The same thing that brought trouble down, the same thing that brought war to Liberia is the same thing they're doing. If you suppress certain group of people and you feel that you are the only person, let me tell you, we gotta say this thing, whether you like it or not. We gotta say it. You can't think that you hold the whole key to everybody. You got 4 or 5 million people in Liberia, man. And because you one party, and then you think the other people that did not vote for it, they don't exist. Okay, so my question, the only question I want you to help me with here is they are removing these tenure positions. Number one, the first thing is, let's mark this, that the tenure position or the law that in the tenure position has not been scrapped. It has not been amended. It still stands. That one we should mark. So the people that they'll be removing, they'll lose their position. The people you're appointing, what are they? Are they going to serve on tenure or what? I want to help you with it.
Yeah, they're going to serve on tenure because that's the whole thing until that law is being removed. So you remove it then and replace them with people who campaign for you. That's precisely the point here. That's what he's saying. So, for example, Darietta Brown, she's on a tenure post, right? If somebody in that UP don't like her, they want to post, they remove her and pay her off.
Yeah. Okay,
that's
but
what the guy is saying.
So then the question here is, because I can see you're going in a round circle, right? So because we're talking about the tenure position at 4 years and the government will go 6 years, the president will go 6 years. So now you're removing all these people, you're putting in there. So by 2027, they will be 4 years, they will be out. And then you got to replace them with new set of people who will run into the turn of the next government. So if you are not elected, and you know what they're thinking about now? Let me get tell you some of that clever tricks. What they're thinking about now is the first group of people partisan that will appoint to that position now as tenure position. They will enjoy that, they will eat that money, that time come, then they will move there, then they put new people with the hope that they will win the next election, then the other people will run. And that no, let me tell you, this government is already doomed. But they're not looking at that. We watch this thing under we are. When we are king, people they never thought that 2023 election were going to come. They thought it was only 2017, 2018. So they see mistake. So, like I said before, you got old people. The president himself is even older than all of us in the world. Yeah? This man saw 1980. He saw 1979. He saw 1989 to 1990 war. He left it. But still, under his own watch, he was said that a lot of these things will happen. And somebody said during the war, during the election, that Joe Walker will only be the president. He will not be the one making the decisions. And it's fact. We see it. What happened in the case of somebody who was appointed to one position, and then the president will get mad and say, no, I don't. So who's in control here? Who's who? That you have a group of people who say we must go to this place and we have to go there, whether the president lets it or not.
You see, Linford, what interesting about the whole topic, they know that this tenure position already. They have already nominated names of people that are going to those places because they know it started. So he now have to come out to clarify. They already nominate people to go to those positions. You see where we are. They know there's a tenure job, and they already appointed people. What's going on?
No, Paul. Let me tell you. One thing I love about my Liberian people. No, we damn door. I'll use a word. Liberians are damn door people. We never learn. Listen to this one. No, sorry, not Roslyn. Sorry, Roslyn. Oh, listen to this one. You see how drawn we are? You see how drawn we are? Yeah, 6 years ago, and see the name of Tama. See the name Tama. Why Tama coming for you, Tama? 6 years ago, you see all the there, all the Nyepa from the southeastern. Oh, President, we are 24 years. Then as we're progressing, they reduce it to 12. Then as we're progressing, then they say if the president can win, sir. So the Tama there. No, you're damn dumb. You can't learn. You Tama, no, this is not for you. Tama can find only for you. When you bring Tama tomorrow, you can find. Let me tell you. No, George Weah set the stage for all these things we're going through today. I'm telling you, if we have performed well, will not be having a name on our hand. But again, it's good that it happened. Okay, it's good that it happened. And all the Tama, you go bring all the sardine, all the.
Let's for leave.
Do man I have a kissy woman before the kissy brother my in-law. I know plenty about them. So I'm talking to my in-law. Then your Tama, then your all the people you go bring there. Let me tell you.
You see, Labrador is a funny country.
Funny country.
Yesterday, people are complaining, say what John we were doing, it was wrong. Especially the UP with Lamont, Asset Jackson, for example. They were going back to back. Now, the same people that were making the mob yesterday decided to do the same thing that we are doing. What is wrong with us?
No, I said,
that's why you see in Liberia, when we vote wrongly, because of job situation in Liberia, that we don't have foreign investors, everybody is coming to get a one government job to be some kind of high up to go and cut the elephant meat so they can live. Like that's all it's all about. Nothing else.
You even talking about foreign investors. Let me tell you one thing. Look, the foreign investors are not stupid. They got friends in Liberia. They know people in Liberia and they follow Liberian politics. So if you got a government that was there for 12 years, they did nothing. They came followed by another government that came and even perform dismally. Then the same government comes by again. And you see, I would have thought that Joe Baka would do something a little bit different. But you came back, Papa. You came back. Eh? Then you start. You not even 2-3 months. The first month.
Yesterday made it 1 month in office.
Yeah. Then people. I mean, look at the complaint. Look at all the. Look at you can. So can you imagine 6 years time if they're even lucky to go 6 years? And as we speak, there's a massive protest that is loaning on April 6th. But we'll reach that part. But let me tell you, the question that I asked and you attempted answering it. If these people that will be removed from the tenure post and you put in your own people there, and your own people, yeah, the first batch of people will be lucky, they'll go through the 4 years, and if some again they will play the fool and they want to keep some of them there for 8 years. They wanted to have another 4-year tenure. So if your government does not win, which is most likely that they will not even win, because the first thing is this government will go down from its own belly. You gotta continue the Prince Johnson saga. You gotta continue all the in-house fighting. Your team, we don't know, but we don't want to talk about it. Stay early. You're not at peace. Your government is not at peace with itself. The government will not go anywhere. When we say, they'll say, no, let me tell you. Yeah? The same way, my friend, we are born in Liberia, and I got even more contact with people in Liberia than some of you can think. Because our in the same system where you're in now, our in governmental cycle. I didn't work for government, but I was in cycle. I work with president, I was inside. I know people, the same recycle people you get. Most of them are my old friends. We take a phone call. We talk. My man, we just doing it because you know that only thing we can do about we know what's going on. We know what happening. We know. But some of you, for you, you know, like I said, we're very dull. We never look at what's happening now. Okay? But Paul, let's progress.
Yeah.
I can only hope that the people who will get a tenure position will get a 4 years, and then those that will be removed will be able to get their pay, or those that will be targeted because they already finished targeting people. They got a blind list that you are wearing black party t-shirt, so you don't have right to vote.
Yeah, we'll remove you at all costs. You voted against us. Yeah.
So the first thing the government will go to court so many times. If you move 10 people that you can't pay, the 10 people will sue you. Okay, and you go there, why are you fighting to defend yourself? The years going,
you see, therefore, what I don't understand, we are all one family from that country. Everybody know each other. We are.
No, they're not thinking about that, though.
So people just do anything because they want to cut the elephant meat. That's why I keep saying there's a big elephant meat in Liberia. Everybody want to cut, and look at that. I mean, I don't know if you have the video of George Wallace, the man who 10 years old, I don't know why, but he couldn't stand that he sort of be after his grandchildren. Yesterday, they were giving them this in thing, and you see he was struggling, falling, people had to hold him. He could not lift for a hand. He had to stick a hand on his head like this, so his hand couldn't drop. These are the people that are telling you, say they want 10 new jobs. What's wrong with Liberia? We 5 million people, for Christ's sake. Oh man.
Okay. Probably we can. I don't know. We can be talking, and let me find the next story where we're talking about the controversial flight that took the vice president and the president on 2 different occasions at 2 different times.
Yeah.
But there are eyebrows raised about these travels. Now, the first thing is there is widespread discussions surrounding the trips that the president and the vice president made, not together, separately, but the manner in which they made the trip. The thing is, the president can travel, the vice president can travel. Yes, that's nobody can deny that. But if you travel on a private jet, which according to your own constitution, and again, trust me, the UP people will come here to defend it. The UP people, they will say it didn't happen. But, and then I don't know how could my good old friend Buju Ben Keita, who I knew for a long time ago, and how could he defend this one, that the president is supposed to travel on a private jet and the vice president is supposed to do it, because they are defending the tenure position, right? They are saying people voted, people were wearing party t-shirt and thing. So against the SOP, the standard operation procedure, okay, or the code of conduct. But then in our same constitution again, in fact, the code of conduct, they say the president, because we know Liberia does not have a private jet. We know Joe Bugger does not have a private jet. Jeremiah Kun does not have private jet. So if private jet took them, and indeed it is established, how did they go on that private jet? Was it paid by government? Or, as usual, like they will say, the president get friends in her place. So was it a goodwill from one of his friends? And your constitution or the code of conduct says that a president or anybody in government, top official, should not receive any gift or any goodwill from anybody that will be valued more than $250. Can you imagine? Here in Norway, I can take $250, go to the supermarket and buy my few bottles of wine and stuff and come home, $250 gone. Is that a big money? But the Constitution brought it down as low as $250, right? That you, our president, you're not supposed to receive that amount in gift. Whether that perfume they buy for you or that dinner they're giving you, it should not be more than $250. You can eat $150, you can eat $249 dinner. It matter, but it will not be $250. And then to ride or to fly, you can ride, you can fly. To fly or private jet, there is nothing that costs $250. No, everything is far above.
That's
Even
right.
the food you eat is far above.
Oh, yes.
So this is triple, quadruple the gift that you're not supposed to receive. So Yeke Koluba has written a communication. Paul, you know more about that. I think maybe you need to tell us about it before we can go to the video.
Right. So this is an interesting topic. Yeke Koluba, for some reason, have been on the rampage about this private jet situation. So yesterday, Yeke Koluba, in session, read a communication that he put on the floor regarding the government should come, the finance minister and the president pro tem should appear in front of the House to clarify if it was private jet and where did the money come from and what their visit went on. They should make report because nobody know what it went on. So Yeke now made the issue, and yesterday in the House, the communication was received and then they voted on it. So they have now requested for the finance minister and the presidential affairs minister to appear in front of the lower house. So if you have the video, you can play Yeke communication that he read out in the House yesterday.
Okay. We'll try to go to here. Let me see.
And why are you looking for it? Why are you looking for it? This Yeke Koluba man who went all over the place to get my uncle in office. For some reason now, Yeke is on a rampage and he been called the crazy man in the UP camp. So this crazy guy that brought into power now is now the crazy man in Liberia. Say the man cracky red. So the cracky man has entered Yeke now. Yeke writing this beautiful communication and summoning these people to the House to ask them questions. So the crazy man, I think he get plenty of sense. So if you get a video, let's listen to what a crazy man say.
Yeah, the video is coming up, but just before it comes on, I just want to make a point. I will tell you something about Liberia. Like I said it before, Liberians, we are dull, including me, because we don't learn. It's very difficult for us to learn. Yeah. It's really, really difficult for us to learn because something will happen to you today and the same thing happening to you. And besides that, you can be my arch enemy today. The moment, say I got two enemies, you are one of them. But the moment you start fighting my enemy, then you become a friend. When you turn against me, my enemy, then my other enemy now become a friend. So, such are we. When Yeke was on church, we are, the United Party people, Yeke. In fact, that's one of the reasons why Yaka won.
Yes.
You know, Yaka is a smart young guy, a smart young man, because he knows the mentality of the Liberian people. So he read them. He knew that strategically, he begins to attack. We are in a dire minutes of Weah's rule. He will govern as a vote. Whether he did something for the district or not, he will govern as a vote. And then at the point, once he gets elected, Yaka is elected for says yes. So once he gets elected, he goes loose. They go loose cannon. Now Yaka can start attacking the United Party. At the end of the day, 2 more years or 1 more year, time for campaign. If Yaka feels that the United Party will win, he can start going for that again. And Joe Bwaka being the kind of person who say he can dance with the devil, just to be president, he can do anything, even if it causes him to sacrifice some of his own relatives or children, he could do it. Just to become president, he will do it. Okay? Henry Costa calls him man. He turned around and supported him. Prophet Key calls him man. He turned around, he began doubting today that even a case against him, they can call and say, "You'll drop that case." When he calls another person. Yaka attacked him many times. And then Yaka went and supported him. And he won. So, you know, even Joseph who did not support him, by way of information, I did support Joe Bwaka in 2017 fully. The records are there. I did videos. I did my talk show is there. That one videos are there. Nobody can deny it. But 2023, I felt that there was a new person on the block that I think I could support. We did not win. So I became a bad man for all my United friends, my United Party friends. Some of them say my life will change drastically, dramatically, because I didn't support. My life has changed a long time. I've been who I am for a long time. So I don't see that change again that will come. If that death, everybody will die. So what, if I get crazy, then maybe that's it. Or what will change my life? I don't know. I don't know whether I'll become rich or I'll become poor. I'm poor already, so I don't know how my life will change. But that's what they will tell you, is we are not supporting Joe Bwaka. But let's go to this video. Let pause there. Yaka now is asking the hard question that most Liberians will not want to ask. Yaka wants to know, where did this president who told us that he was living on loan, this president who was supposed to be a poor person who was doing rally all over the place, Henry Costa had to launch a rally for him. It's a political rally, agreed. Everybody can do it, even Donald Trump did it. This president who have been living in the same house for more than 50 years to show that he's poor, he cannot afford, or he's not corrupt, he doesn't have money. How can they, yesterday made him 1 year, or 1 month in office. But when the president became president, he was not even inaugurated. A tragedy took place in Toronto. He went there, he donated $55,000 and some amount of Liberian dollars to the victims, according to him, as the initial contribution for initial. That means just the first part of it, on behalf of him and his wife, not on behalf of his party. No. So it means it was private. So where did he get all the money from? Then this president is also, suspected of riding or flying a private jet. So Yaka wants to know, like most Liberians want to know, how come overnight he got all this money to do these things? And he declared his asset, but the public does not know. So how do we know what this president is bringing? What does he have? What he had before? What does he have now? So let's hear from Yaka and proceed with the show. If you get joining us, this is the bottom line Liberia. We say it as it is. We do not bite our tongue, but we do not insult people.
They see me here. You come here, we are having issues. Yeah, he first gave. You are not part of the money. I'm not going to talk about you got $2 million. What you say is that?
Please proceed. Fellow police. Yes. No. Police. Well, believe me, our president and our president said that there will be no business as usual. Fellow police, I want this communication for all the same for the Minister of State, the Super State, the Minister, please, on the I'm coming on please. Please have your seat on the president. Don't leave the president. I've got this communication, so Glenn Derrick can send for the Minister of State, the Father Minister, so we can know how much was budgeted for the vice president and the president travel out of this country. Because Honorable Pizarri and Co-Pizarri for the police, it's been speculated all year that the vice president rode private jet, the president rode private jet. If that information is true, Honorable Pizarri, Co-Pizarri, then we also need to know. They want to distract me and get the issue of please. Please on power. So I'm representing, co-presenting, we want to know if this money is money budget them. If there money budget them for the travel of our president and the vice president. So the Father Minister can come to tell us how much budgeted for the travel. If money was budgeted for the travel. So we can know we get information from the Minister of State how the president travel, if he travel on private jet or he travel on commercial jet, or if the vice president travel on commercial or private jet, so we can know how much God will raise money. We need we are answerable to our people, and we can let people that are answerable to us. So tomorrow when the park I see us in our district or in any way in the prayers of the middle of the church, we say, look, give them the information, the president travel on commercial jet, and the money that was intended for the president travel and the vice president travel was used for the intended purpose. We need to make very clear that our people know it. But let communication not even have faith. Let communication in now with what our president said he would do. Transparency. They say he will come with equity or come with clean hand. So we want to find out what is going on with those people and fellow police and so submit.
And you know, they refer to Yeke as a crazy man, right? But the crazy man is even sounding much more better than the people who are supposed to be sound.
Money.
Sorry, folks.
Remove it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that, the audience. Yeah, Linford, you're flowing.
Okay. The controversy is brewing. And Paul, talk to me. Yeke, the point that Yeke is raising is genuine, in as much as a lot of people would not want to listen to him, but I think it's genuine. What Yeke is saying is that he's a representative, right? And all of the representatives and senators, they have constituents, and people in those constituencies look up to them. If you have 1,000 people in your district that you are representative for. Those people selected you to go in a house to represent them because all of them cannot go there. So if something happens and they have questions in their mind or doubts, they cannot go to the house or to government to clarify. So who they have elected or selected, the same way 6 million people in Liberia who elected to be president, an octogenarian. Anybody who is in their 80s is octogenarian. If you are in your 60s, you are septuagenarian. So that one you should know. So you take 80-year-old man, you make him president for a youthful country. So when we go to a UN General Assembly, we're not going to carry those young boys, those killing young boys. We carry our 80-year-old man. If Liberia was to go do presidential marathon, where all the president will run, we'll dress our 80-year-old man, put on the page. With the young boys, they'll run. We'll not say, oh no, our president, or he 80. No. So if these people have sent you to represent them by electing you, they look up to you. If they got doubt, they want you to come and ask the hard questions that they should be asking. And that's exactly what Yeka is doing. And, the lawmakers, they always make their laws. I remember during the MPRAG, no, not MPRAG, but during the interim government time, there was this old man from Nima County. He used to be friendly with the Taylor boys, the late Fagate, the late Nyeswa, and all the boys. So every morning when they go into the house, that woman was very I just forgot the woman. So the boy at that time he has some drinks in like called Kiko. They picking up 5 or 2 bottles of Kiko, they Kiko the papa so money. Anything that the people raise in the hall, Pablo will deserve. So now I don't try to do Yeke. Because they know the point that Yeke is raising. You know the party people know. That's why he heard all the noise. But talk to me, Paul. What's going on
here?
Yeah,
before I talk to you, got Roger in the background, his video for some reason in Liberia. Roger, can you hear us? He's not. All right. Let me talk to you because he's struggling to lock on. I think he's scoring probably in Liberia. The thing is, Linford, we are funny kind of people. And me, as usually say, we come from Liberia, we're not normal. The whole country. And why am I saying this? When on your side, everything on your side must be the way it should be. But because I'm looking at you, nothing else that happening is good on the other side.
Just say when you on my side, everything I do is good. Everybody will go good.
Yeah, anything it's just good. So we need to look on the other side. Yet can raise a valid issue here. Now, wait a minute. United Party, my uncle, he ran a campaign on transparency. A man with clean hands that worked in government for over 40 years and have not taken a pencil from any government ministry. So Yeke have made a point. Based on that, you need to come up and tell us, how did you get on private jet? Where did the money come from? Who gave you the gift? The same goes to what? The vice president. So Yeke is making a valid point here that since you say you ran your campaign on clean hands, clarify for the public. So we know George Weah ruled a private jet many times. Unity Party people were banning him. This was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. So you just been in office for just few weeks. You're doing the same old thing. So why did you run your campaign on deception? If you know you're going to copy George Weah, then what is this? Why private jet at this time? And then we can't even afford for students to get their wire fee because we know there's issue with the West African examination that students Liberia owe them. But you can afford private jet. So this is just wrong. Let me see if Roger is on. Oh, Roger. So welcome to the bottom line. I see the VP.
Yeah, I'm very, very optimistic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy to, be on the bottom line discussion tonight. Yeah, I'm very happy to be on the borderland discussion tonight. You know,
You muted, you muted. Ah, Roger is joining us from Liberia. He want to be a panelist here. So when he comes on, he called himself son of Jeremiah Cohen. He will introduce himself while we wait for Roger and Linford to come back. Roger, introduce yourself.
yeah. For the way the introduction, I'm Ambassador Roger G. Jr. Sorry for the poor quality of, the background and that the electricity here is going and coming. So I'm Roger Jigban Jr. Politically, I'm the son of the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. He's my political father. I'm happy to be on the borderland discussion tonight.
Right, it's good to have you. Now, since you're the son of the vice president, and this issue have been raised against your dad that he ruled private jet to travel, and they was wrong yesterday. We all criticize George. We are. So you want to defend your dad because the finance secretary, or call the finance minister, have been summoned, and the presidential minister have been summoned to the lower house to answer questions. By the way, Linford, this is Roger, the son of the vice president. He's in Liberia. He's joining us tonight. Welcome on Borderland. So I want him to defend his dad who rode private jet so the conversation can flow.
Exactly. There have been a controversial belief that the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Honorable Jeremiah Cohen, rode a private jet to go Nigeria. Well, the jet that the Vice President rode to go Nigeria was a jet that was sent by His Excellency from Behesa State, the governor, elect. He's a person who have been there for 2 terms. A first term expire, and then he was re-elected for the second term. People saying the vice president rode private jet to go to, Nigeria. I will tell you that that particular jet was sent for the vice president. It wasn't something that was, categorically planned by the rescue mission, to have people riding private jet all around. The rescue mission will not be involved into such attitude to carry private jet around. I will tell you that that particular private jet was actually, sent by His Excellency from Behesa State, so that the vice president can go to Behesa State and attend to the inauguration program of that particular honorable man. That's the reason the vice president rode a private jet. Yeah.
Right. So he was
Yeah.
sent by his friend. So, but
Yeah, his
the question is, I think Linford going to chime in here. The question is, if you become an elected officer in Liberia, the Constitution spells that you should not accept anything more than $250. And a private jet was sent by his friend. Being a vice
Yeah.
president, a lot of eyebrow raised on this. So I want Linford to come in and then you can address it. Saying you the son of the vice president, maybe you have more insight for us. Linford?
Okay, let me say welcome to Roger. And this is the Borderland Liberia. We say what we know. We don't make up stories. We have a repetition to keep. And we stand by what we say in all cases, individually and collectively as a group. So just so you keep that at the back of your mind. So in other words, we talk the fact, we don't lie here, we don't inflate. But let me ask you one thing. How well are you acquainted with the vice president?
Come again?
How well do you know the vice president?
Well, the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, I've been knowing the vice president since 2020. When he was contesting for senator, around when he actually was endorsed by the people of Nimba. That's the time I started knowing the vice president. But the vice president is a very good man, somebody who is free from corruption. I
No, no,
don't
no.
think that the vice
I've not gone
president.
that far. I've not gone that far. I'm going to ask you, how well do you know him? Probably it's like you
Yeah,
are just seeing me
I
and
know
then
him from the political angle. I'm the chairman of the Sons of Kong, and then we have been around the vice president for time now. Yeah.
okay, very good. Okay, but
Can you get me, Clara?
addressing the jet issue, I just want to ask you another more question. Do you know that there is something under the Liberian government code of conduct law or their SOP, which is the standard operating procedure, the standard that they have set that everybody should operate by, and under that standard they have something called the code of conduct. Oh, sorry, it's gone off. But
Yeah, go on.
yeah, I want to ask him if he knows that under that code of conduct, it says that anybody who is in higher position, like the president, vice president, and I think even senators and representatives, they're not supposed to receive or enjoy any gift, any goodwill from anybody. It can be your friend, your mate, your colleague from anywhere in Liberia or outside. You're not supposed to receive any goodwill from them about that worth the monetary value of about $250. Are you aware of that? Do you know about that code of conduct?
The code of conduct is very clear, but like I said, this is the first trip. It was an invitation.
The question is simple, Roger. Don't make it short. Don't
Yeah,
make it long.
actually, I will appreciate the question, but I have to address something very critical. Uh, there was an invitation sent to the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai. So Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai being busy, say the Vice President, who is Ambassador Honorable Jeremiah Kun, our political father, he was the one that was sent by the President to attend the inauguration program, of the Behesha State Governor. So I will tell you that concerning what you are saying, the code of conduct. We know that the code of conduct, doesn't necessarily says that as a public official, you should not rob stuff relating to $250 worth stuff, or particularly.
All right. So at least he defending his dad because it's in Liberia. So for our audience, it's in Liberia, like internet connectivity and also.
You see, Paul, there's a danger. There is a danger in some of these things because we are in the business of information where you can have somebody to come and say the thing that is not true. The truth is written, it's on paper that the president, the vice president, and the big in the government not supposed to receive any gift, anything worth. So there is no reason whether it was Joe Walker that was invited and Joe Walker said Jeremiah can go, which is a normal thing. The president can ask the vice president to deputize for him. So
you see what right? We're not normal people in Liberia. And I said it earlier on. When I like you, I seen the wrong in you, and I will back you that, let's forget it. Lifa is so right. It is wrong.
Yeah, but so then those of us in the information business should always set the record straight. We can't allow people to come to try to want to make it to look true because we are talking to 6 million people. All of them don't think the same way. Some of them, what they hear the first time is what they're wrong with. If you listen to me previously, I told you we are Liberians, we are dull. Anything I can't mind, will stick there. And the doorman, not that the doorman cannot remember, but the mind is fixed. When you get the wrong thing, you carry it, no matter what you do. But I think he's back. So let's
bring him on.
Getting on. So
Yeah,
so
um,
so you say you know about the code of conduct that any big man, the president, the vice president, let's just stick it to the two people that they're not supposed to
yeah.
receive anything like $250. So do you think it was right that the vice president would fly a jet worth millions of dollars simply because it was sent to him by somebody? Do you think it was right?
That's what I'm saying. I can't answer directly because now, like I said, it was an invitation. The people in Nigeria get their own way of receiving guests. Normally, what it does, like for example, they have other leaders that people invited that, like the UK that you guys are in over there. When the Queen is having something like a program, they will send escort, either president or head of state. They will send escort for you to receive you. So that's the same
The internet connectivity in Liberia is very bad. But there is a question that George Tajwe asked here. George Tajwe is asking whether I was insinuating that
case.
the government is a tribal government. Well, you
No,
know,
I think that was when you're calling it Tamagisi.
yeah,
I think that's when our comment came
yeah,
through.
I agree.
Yeah,
But I just want to,
let,
that's why I want
let,
to address it. You know, the thing
yeah,
is,
so I'm back. Our internet fluctuating. So I'm back. Like I said, the vice president.
So we'll get Roger another time because the internet keep disturbing. That's less.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but okay, like John Taylor,
There was
I don't play the travel card. I believe that all Liberians are Liberians, right? I believe that's what I believe. All Liberians are Liberians, and we can coexist. But when people try to also travel last, I'm a travel man, so I know if you talk bad thing about Basel, it will pinch me. Or if I see Basel doing something good, I will also want to be a part of that. Okay, if I see a parliament doing something good, I want to be something, I'll be part of it. And the parliament is being badly treated, I'll feed it. So same with the management, because I'm between yeah. So but the thing here is he's back. But the thing here is that when people try to make it to look clear, then of course we gotta jump in there. I don't know why it's video. Okay, fine. Yeah, you want to continue?
No, it's not looking
I
good.
really won't play. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. The internet not doing me justice tonight. Seriously. Yeah. So am I live?
You're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm on the show, someone calling my phone, and I'm using my phone right now. So, like I said again, it is their own way of inviting the head of state to their country. Is their own way. Even when the vice president went in Bayelsa State, Nigeria, he was even received again at the airport. So he will receive willingly, and that's their own way of receiving guests. So towards the code of conduct, I cannot specifically speak to that because the vice president did not use his own private jet. The private jet that was sent, it was sent by that particular invite to the president. That jet, what I mean.
Okay, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to eat poison, or eat poison will die. So if the man who invited the vice president has sent poison for him, say eat a poison before you come, you think he will eat it? Knowing fully well that he know that he cannot eat poison.
Looking at that.
This is an extreme example, but just answer the question in that
That's
context.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Answering the question in that particular context, you once you know that particular person is harmful, he will not eat that person. And I would say that concerning to our law.
Yeah, concerning our law, our organic law. Remember that this is the vice president. So whatever he does, he pass down that he will pass down that kind of idea to us, we the citizens. You're not supposed to do this. Do not steal. Do not do this. Do not do this. Do not do this. We have all the do nots.
So will you also agree? Will you also agree with me that is their own way of receiving guests in their country? Whether they
no, no,
violate your code,
no,
whether
no,
the vice
no,
president violate the code of conduct.
no. It have nothing to do with.
Because
They have. It have
whether the
nothing to
vice
do with.
president violate the code of conduct. If the vice
No,
president violate the code
it
of
have
conduct, then the
nothing to
vice
do
president
with.
violate the code of conduct. But like I said, it was an invite. It was an invite. The
We
invite was
agree.
sent,
We
and
agree.
he could.
Roger, listen.
That's what I was saying after the invite. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We agree.
The reason
But
the reason the vice president wrote that jet was because the program was very crucial. We must accept that the program was very crucial. If the vice president violated the constitution, then nothing. If he violated the constitution, then he violated the constitution. But the issue here is it was
And he
a
willingly violated the
crucial
constitution, right?
trip made by the vice president.
He willingly, nobody forced him
Yeah.
to write a thing.
so
He had no. The vice president would have said no.
That's why it's crucial in this case. Looking at the scenario, in this case, it was very crucial. In this case,
Okay,
it
so
was
then-
very
so
crucial.
then-
I know the vice president wrote a private jet, but in this case, it was crucial. Yeah.
If vice president will eat poison, you eat it.
if
what
it's
is the
crucial,
requirement
you
for
will
that?
eat it.
So that's what I said. That's what I said. That's what I said. I said if the code of conduct says, I get the code of conduct yet. I think something around 2011, 2012 code of conduct that were in out there. I have the code of conduct. I will read through it well so we can understand that particular and talk about it more. Yeah, I'll have the code of conduct. Yeah. So I cannot speak to that particular issue whether the vice president violate the code of conduct. Yeah, that's a decent out of our country.
So
Whether the
Roger,
vice president violated the code of conduct. Yeah.
all right. Now, because it was not
Yeah.
clear to the Liberians, this is why the lower house voted overwhelmingly to invite the finance minister and the presidential
Okay.
minister to clarify to the Liberian people where was the intent of this private jet between the two leaders. Where is the benefit that the country will get all of these things? Did they use the country money to go on those trips? That's why the host want to find out. And if they found out, because when you become vice president, your friends send you private jet, there's something they call conflict of interest. So people want to know, is this friend of yours, when you are representative or senator, did they send him private jet to fly to other places before? So that's why it becomes crucial, and people want to know what behind this private jet. Because remember, just yesterday, people were on President, we are back. He ran private jet. Our children are in school. What? And we are saying his friends of Burkina Faso gave him the private jet. You remember the story?
I know.
So this
I know.
is why
So now,
great.
now I know that the government is just coming to power. I think too much of propaganda won't be enough because the people, they just coming. They have to sit and try to rethink on so many things that the then government, President we are government, the error they makes, they have to sit and correct those errors. Because right now, I cannot specifically tell you that the finance minister or the minister of state, what they will say, I cannot tell you right now. Because right now, if they were summoned by the lower house, they will speak on what intent, that particular stuff. But I will speak politically to you. I will tell you that politically, people passing around with that statement that the vice president traveled with a private jet, the president is going Ghana. All those stuff are all political propagandas. I will tell you this, and I know what I'm saying.
But it's true they travel with private jet, because the host want to
I know they travel. They travel. We all saw it. Even you saw it. People listening saw that the vice president went up with a private jet. It won't be denied. It will be denied. You know that. Yeah.
So that's the question now.
Is it right?
And we'll find out soon.
Is it right? According to the code of conduct, is it right?
He said he
can't I can't answer it now until we bring the code. I get the code of conduct, we review it. We
You
have
just
to,
admitted.
uh, uh,
You
uh,
just admitted. You just admitted
Mr.
to the.
Mr. Guer, Mr. Guer,
Yeah.
can we find a time, share the code of conduct on this screen, on this particular screen,
I
share
know
the
it.
code of conduct
I know
and
the code of
review.
conduct. And I'm quoting specifically from the code of conduct. I'm telling you, it says that no higher up government official supposed to receive any gift or goodwill from anybody, friend, family member, or whoever in the tune of $250. Now I'm asking you, you just admitted that the president and the vice president flew private jet. That is established, no doubt about it. Now, I'm sure
Yeah.
I have flown all over the world on commercial jet, even the commercial side that I fly on, and I've not flown on business class first class. I'm always in a commercial because I can't afford it. But in a commercial, even the food that we eat, the drinks that we drink, it's more than $250. Okay, so if your law says do not do this, and you are not just one Joe Blow, you are the pace setter, you are the vice president and the president, and then you do it. So what if the lawman does it? What will you say? Because you make a law, you turn around and break it. And you there, you got your children. You tell your children, say in the hoyer, when we eat, we remove the t-shirt from the table. But every time you eat, you leave all the rice, green, the t-shirt, everything there. So you expect your children, what your children do? What you tell them? That's the point we're trying to make. You do not make a law and turn around and break a law.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, so we
I
all
know.
agree that the flew private jet. We all agree, which is against the rule. That's why I ask you, is it right? And then you say you can't answer it. Is it right or wrong?
I can't speak to that now until I review that code of conduct, particular section of that code of conduct. We review it. Yeah. Then we can know what to say concerning that particular issue.
What do you know
Yeah.
about the code of conduct? What do you know about it regarding government officials accepting gifts? What do you know about it? I mean, just off here.
Concerning government official accepting
Receiving
gift.
Yeah, or any good way.
Yeah. All I know for the code of conduct, I think the code of conduct section 3.1 of the code of conduct talk about as a public official. I have the code of conduct here. I have the code of conduct. It talk about so the code of conduct. Are you getting me now?
I'm hearing you.
Hello?
Yeah,
Go
we're
ahead.
hearing you.
Go.
Go.
So that particular section, if you read that section properly, I think section 3.1 of the code of conduct, it mentioned that all public officials should be accountable in terms of transparency. It should be accountable of any money that is received for the sake of accountability. All public officials, whether elected officials, elected officials are public officials. All money or resources received should be account. You tell the Liberian people how much you receive and what was in that particular stuff. That's what the code of conduct section 3.1 talk about. And also the code of conduct section 5 talk about access declaration. If you read through the code of conduct section 5, it will tell you about all public officials should declare their assets. And I'm happy that the president declared his assets, but it left with the president to make his asset public or not. It's the president, it's his own will to tell the Liberian people what is in his asset to make it public or not. So the particular code of conduct spoke about it. So the president declared his assets and all of that. So I will tell you that His Excellency His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Iman Baka is abiding to the code of conduct of this country. But I will tell you that there will be few issues in the administration of Mana Ellen Johnson Sally, President Weah. There were some errors between there, but somewhere, somehow, through the recommendations of critics and other people, things were set aside, things were done properly. The evaluations of all those laws and other things. We have a lot of people, with the president, and the president will do well in office. So we have to be very patient talking these kind of things. Yeah.
So your vice, your dad, have he declared his assets?
Come again.
And the vice president, has he declared his access?
The vice president.
Yeah,
You
has
know
he declared his access?
the issue of asset. The vice president is working with asset. Hopefully, the vice president asset will be out next week. The vice president is working with asset. All information I'm providing to you, there are information that have to be very clear. It have to be clear for the benefit of the audience. I don't know whether we are on radio, but we are on we are on radio, right?
We're on online radio live. So
Hello?
yes, we're on. Just
Oh,
want to make this clear. It's article.
okay, since we are on the radio,
it's 54.1. The Code of Conduct that state, if you talk about asset declaration, not only declare asset now do, but it also need to be public. Public too, for all to
yeah,
know
I know that.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. Everything, because it said before you take office, it should be declared. But they go what? 21 1 more 1 day already. So everything like is they've been violating what is written.
So like I said, are you getting me?
Getting you. I know your internet is bad, but so Lifa,
Yeah.
I see Code of Conduct 54.1 clearly state that all officials, elected officials, before taking office, they should declare their asset and make it public. So how come we've gone into 1 month, 1 day? We stay yet to see. Only 3 persons so far I know that were able to declare and for the public to know what they have there, that the law normally and get into a separate board charts. What's going on in Liberia?
Just before we even further, we'll go further. Article 1.3.3 says cash or gifts. Any unsolicited present or gift of a modest scale given to a public official or employee of government which is not connected to their official duties, which
That's
does
right.
not exceed $200 in value. This provision should not apply to gift giving during cultural customary celebrations. Now, in other words, the Code of Conduct said they told you there are certain things that you can receive and certain things you cannot receive.
Yeah.
Okay, so any public official, once that is not connected to your official duty, okay, is not. I mean, it is against the law. So you're not supposed to receive anything more than that because you compromise your office. You think Jeremiah Kun will fly a jet to Nigeria and that guy does not expect anything in return? If that guy recommend to Jeremiah Kun, say, no, listen, I got my cousin who is making diamond business. He wants to operate a diamond mine in Liberia. What you say, man? But man, you know, you can always come here. Jeremiah Kun, in as much as his question will tell you this is bad, you scratch his head and say, here you go. But again, he didn't eat the cat food.
And live for you right. You know, the big cup brown envelope is usually given on private jet and on a yacht.
Yes.
It's not restaurant.
It's not in the office.
It's not in the office. That's where transaction actually take place. On a private jet.
I'm in a maritime sector, I tell you, on a yacht or on a cruise ship. When you are mid-sea, man, everything is on the other side. Every month I travel from Germany, from Norway to Germany on something called color line. We got color majesty. I mean, we got color magic rather, and we get color fantasy. Okay, those two boats. color fantasy when you only man. I mean, it's a place of its own class. Anything can happen
Right.
there. So
So
imagine that you take a government official. Let's say I invite Jeremiah Kun to Norway. I said, well, Mr. Vice President, we're going to cruise to Germany, man. It's 24 hours. You go, you sleep on sea, you arrive Germany in the morning, then you come back in the afternoon, you sleep on sea, you arrive in Norway. And
anything
then,
can happen in between.
yeah, you take this guy, I take him to one of those sessions where, you know, very luxurious section. And he begin to see the lights flashing and all these things happening. And then bottles knocking. And I said, oh, Mr. Vice President, no, listen, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. Even if you get Inja Gabriel, say number him, the guy will say succumb. So,
Yeah.
like you said, some of those BBDs are not. No, listen. What interest does the Nigerian guy have in Liberia or in Jeremiah so much that you will take his jet plane and send a perfume for nothing? You need to carry him when Jeremiah can fly and go there.
And what was he going for? That's interesting because
any
he
sound
was
man,
going
any
for,
sound man. Tell me.
he was going for inauguration.
Yes.
Inauguration.
I'm live, right?
Yeah, you are loud.
Hello?
So
What we do, I don't know when is the show. Then I want for you guys to scream the code of conduct so we can read it out and understand these things because it is very important to our listener. They have to understand exactly what we are saying to them. So we have to have time and share the code of conduct to the Liberian people so they can view themselves
They can go online, read it. A lot of people can go online. I'm opening it now. I got it right here now. I got it right on my screen.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. So concerning the issue, like I said, the vice president financial team is working on his financial aspect relating to his asset because in the asset declaration you have the liability, all this stuff. They have to be cataloged. The financial team is working on it. So sooner the president, will declare his assets. Yeah.
Roger.
Yeah.
The past president, he was representative before he became senator, and now he vice president. He's not novice to the terrain. It's something that he knows.
Yeah.
So why will he be in office for one whole month before now start working on his asset declaration? When they were running campaign, the campaign was.
I want Roger to read something. Roger,
you have to zoom. You have to zoom that screen to 150%.
Okay, hold on. I will do as you request. I will do that. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back to original and zoom it. Zoom.
Press the plus with 100.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but okay, it's 100. Let me get here to like. Okay, I think it's enough.
Yeah, it is very clever.
Okay. So then, if you see, oh no, I did myself injustice. I cannot see it too clearly from myself. But again, I'll go back. We'll fix it.
No, but it is clear. I'm seeing it. It is very, very clear. I'm seeing it.
Yeah. Okay.
It is. Yeah, it is very clear.
It is there. Public officer is there.
Yeah, you
public
see it, right?
officer means any letter or a pointer.
Okay, if you go down section 1.3.25, token gifts include souvenirs, mementos, or symbolic items given to a public official or employee of government, which does not exceed $250 in value. The very last line down there. So you're not supposed to, no government official is supposed to receive anything like that, any gift, any goodwill. I mean, to explain in a simple man's term. So to say, who Zeppelin to your vice president, you think that for nothing? You think what? how much did Nigerian guy love Liberia so much, or love Jeremiah Cruz so much, that you just take a whole jet plane and just send it like that? You think it for nothing?
So, like I said, like I'm continuing saying,
Yeah, but you agree.
uh,
With
uh,
you agree with what we just read, right? You agree with it.
He know
that
what
it
he
have to
read.
be, it have to be interpreted. It have to be interpreted, like I said. It have to be interpreted, like I said. That particular
Roger.
law.
Roger, wait, hold on, small Roger, you were coming. Some of us have been around this thing for a very long time. If there is anything I know best in my life, this is it. The next thing is my ABC. If there's
Yeah,
anything I know about digging out information and saying and explaining it to people, that's something I've been doing for a very long time. So I know it.
yeah,
And you try your best, but again, you're not even the person to be here to defend it because number one, you are not commissioned to do such. You only try your best. Probably Jeremiah will listen and say, "Oh yeah, I heard Roger. Yeah, you are doing well." But I will tell you one thing: if you had the opportunity to bring the first president here, we will push him. We will corner him, and not because we know more, but we will go by the law. We'll go by what is written. The thing say the thing that I'm not supposed to touch with water. Go to medicine man. The medicine man say, "My man, the medicine give you water, can't touch it." So you put your hand in your
I
mouth with
know,
saliva and you touch it? No, do not touch it with water. Water can anything that liquid cannot touch it. So the law
I
says
know.
do not. But again, in psychologists have noticed that the most dangerous word in English language is do not. That's the only dangerous word. Not I will kill you or I will burn down the town.
So, can we go? Can we move forward and discuss
No,
other
we cannot
thing?
get more forward than that. Because we are here for people. The purpose of the show is to explain things to people. So
I
if
know,
the
I
government says
know.
do not, if the government
Yeah,
writing say do not, and then you turn around and break a law,
yeah,
so what do you expect the rest of the people to do? So we go to
Before we move on, let me say something to young Roger. He's trying to be a good
yeah,
political person, and it's a good thing to be a politician to answer questions in a political way, which is a good thing to learn. But there's a
yeah,
danger. There's a danger in this. You see, the reason why the lower house is sending for those two people, the finance and the president, how they call it, the 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 the
the state minister, the minister of state.
okay, there is a reason behind it. Now, if they does not give clarity to their satisfaction, the majority of the opposition in the house can actually go after those two people because it means that they have violated the constitution. That's a danger in it. There's no friendship in it. And that's why they just want clarity. And that clarity actually made a lot of sense. That's the way forward. So tomorrow, they cannot repeat it again. You see, that's the danger. Because if I took you on my private jet, I'm sitting down there, I gave you one whole suitcase of diamond. The other people now know it's just between me and you. But then if I want something, you will use your influence for me to get it. That's the danger in it. And that's why people are raising eyebrow. Why private jet? You see? So I just want to put that there to get it, the understanding. Because people do these things.
If the VP wanted to follow the law, obey the law, and keep the law, he would have told his guys,
He
no,
knows
listen,
the law.
I know you want to send your chaplain for me, yeah, but probably send it to Ghana or to Sierra Leone. I can fly my commercial jet from Liberia. I can do it at your only. But you do it right in our presence, it means that you blatantly, willingly, unscrupulously, and defiantly decided to break the law, knowing that you are vice president, that nothing can happen to you. That was very unscrupulous. That was very, very, very defying that I can do it. Nothing will happen. I'm the vice president after war. Nobody, they will talk. They can't do nothing to me. And so, what is the precedence we're setting?
Exactly.
So, but the next trending issue we get here is that Prophet Key, our time is fast spent almost.
I
Prophet
think
Key,
I think we should touch that Prophet Key thing because we need to go back to that video to
right.
your
That
good friend.
that tell the Prophet Key thing. Myself, I get issue with Prophet Key. You know, I'm someone who support gender. Most especially women. And then from that angle, like I said, Prophet Key, we will touch it, yeah, because they got
The network.
come to the country again that will bring the indoor problem, that will bring serious thing in our country, because someone who insult women, most especially you just got on platform or behind this phone and just start cursing, it's not a first time. Even when Prophet Key was insulting the president, our one person who used to be against him, he had a own political will supporting His Excellency, but he's the same person. These are all controversial set of people.
All right.
You don't trust these kind of people. Yeah, so Prophet Key, I'm not interested in Prophet Key insulted words because I have a murder and also I'm from the gender background.
Okay, we sorry that
Yeah.
Rogers internet is very bad. It's not only here, it's a system in Liberia. And we hope your father, as vice president, can think about the development of this infrastructure. When we talk about infrastructure, it's not only buildings and whatever, but it's small things that connect to each other, like internet, road, water, and all this stuff. But Paul, the prosecuting for me, I don't think.
Yeah. So
No,
Mr.
what
Guer,
I want to talk about here, Linford, Roger Wade.
Mr. Guer.
What I wanted to say, you see the same press conference today. The guy justified why he withdrew the case.
Yeah.
And that's my point I was telling you. So that means because he's from the president office, it was not only the insult. Prophet Key made an allegation against this particular woman. And the story that she went over with Charles Taylor and George Weah. And that was the woman, that was the point. That it's not about the causing, but you made an allegation on me, and I want you to prove that allegation. That defamation of character.
Bujuba Keita also quoted the KAK Act, saying that everybody have the right to freedom of expression. But you see, again, this thing boils down to how laws are made dubiously in Liberia. When we're making these laws, we don't look at the future. We don't put everything on the table. Yes, I can sit there with my alarm off and talk all the bad things. So I'm covered by the act that say I have freedom to speak. So what about the other person who I'm violating? I'm still waiting for the freedom of speech to be effective. People who are backing it. So if I sit here and say I'm going to bring war to Liberia, I'll kill everybody in Liberia tomorrow. So they let me go free.
No. So that will not freedom of speech because you inciting violence.
Oh, but then,
yes.
So where's the freedom?
Oh no, that freedom, you can be the Prophet Keys. You can cause everybody the way you want to cause them. But the moment you say, "Oh, I bring war," then I war me. You inciting violence, and you can be held liable and can go to prison for that. You can
and
be charged with prison.
The reason I'm bringing that extreme example is during the Weah administration, Zolizo made a statement that anybody who will go against the president, he also will go against them. And Solis Kuzo, when he was appointed, when he went for confirmation, he was denied. There was this guy from Lofa County, Francis Mumali, who threatened to kill Sir Joseph. He had men, according to him, that anywhere Sir Joseph go today, he will follow him today and kill him. And the man was nominated or appointed by the president, and he went through confirmation and he was confirmed. So
Is he been confirmed?
Well, I don't know, but he went through confirmation.
Right. Okay.
But, so if one Joe Blow get and says you will bring water Liberia, in fact, you got men, they are ready to attack Liberia today. They will kill everybody in Liberia, and you go and catch out Joe Blow because he said something which other people have said. So then why was Zodi so denied? And then so if Private Key will accuse somebody of doing something, and then you say, oh, you got freedom of speech. The person that he harmed mentally, socially, doesn't have right to. Oh, so everyone just want to go on air and say whatever we want to say.
But this, I agree with you, Leaford. This is the danger because it was not about the causing. It was the allegation that the person being labeled that he damaging my character. Yeah. It's not about the causing. And now the court say, oh, no, the man get freedom of speech to damage somebody's character. That area is a great area that nobody saw in me. I can say Jeremiah Kuhn, this did, and then we'll go to court. They will lay the foundation, say the case between Perfect Key and Judy Andy, it was thrown out because the person freedom of speech. That's what the government have done. So they left the woman in a very bad state because it was not about the abuse, it about the allegation made against her that she went out with Charles Taylor and George Weah, and she want Perfect Key to clear her name. That's why she went to court.
Like I said, you know, the freedom of speech, people are misusing the freedom of speech. When we're talking about freedom of speech, we are talking about freedom of expression. The freedom of speech doesn't give you the right to insult anyone. The freedom of speech doesn't say, oh, you have to insult people. Like, you cannot just go out, for example, character damaging. Like what Yaka Koluba then used to do here. Where in Yaka Koluba then they saying a lot of things against where Yaka Koluba then saying a lot of things against the president, you know, insulting the president. That's not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech doesn't give anyone the right to look at the president and insult the mother. The president can sue you for that. The president can be sued for that.
Yeah, but
that's the reason why
if you are president of Liberia, vice president, you cannot sue anybody. The Constitution also say that nobody can sue the president, and the president cannot sue anybody. You see where we live? I guess you get learning that one today, right? You're getting to know that one.
So that thank you for the education. Thank you for the education, but these are things that have to be thoroughly looked at. You have to be looked at thoroughly because Prophet Key will just sit behind one phone and just insult people, and that's something that is very bad. You know, I don't support such character. I don't support such thing where you just sit down and just insult people. You just insult people. You know, people that don't have that you like you saying the woman have been sleeping with president upon president, the tag and get Taylor, President Weah, and all of this stuff. You know, like Prophet Key doesn't have evidence concerning his claim, concerning what you were actually saying. He doesn't have any substantial evidence to prove that, you know, Judy Annie was involved into such act. So he damaged a woman character, the character that have been built, someone who have contributed to this country, you know, 30 years of services from 1997 on to 2024. Judy Annie have been contributing a lot of services. You were involved into disarmament, you know, of rebel group, wearing factors and all those stuff. Judy Annie was involved. But Prophet Key just sit down in one corner and just start damaging a woman character, tarnishing a woman character. It was very bad of him to do that. You know, we doesn't support such character. And I'm telling her that particular case should not stop at the Supreme. It should not stop at the Moreover Court.
The government that you support,
that case should go at the ECOWAS court. You know, so that they can investigate that matter thoroughly. Because now I will tell you that that's the issue of the justice system in our country. You know, when it comes to this kind of legal issue, we'll speak out. We'll speak out. It's not
the justice system will interfere by the president, lawyer, the attorney general of the president. Call and put the case on top.
Let's listen to him, Paul. Let's listen to him.
Let's listen to what he said, and that's wrong. Why are you putting it up?
In that, oh yeah. I'm
You got
trying
it?
to. Yeah, okay. I think from right here. Let me see. Okay, I think right here. Let me. Okay, so let me put it up. Uh, we listen to Buju Ben Keita. You know, Buju Ben. He used to be never friend. Oh, I know him. I not met him physically, but he used to be one guy that I admire. When Buju Ben was very young, I used to admire him, you know, for some reason. I don't know. I can't explain the why, but I used to admire him. But let's listen to what he has to say concerning the case with Prophet Key. I hope I cue it correctly, but let's listen to him and the justifications that he tried to give.
handle on a case by case basis till you
Can we listen to him again?
calculation of your unexpired term and what your compensation is supposed to be, and then what are the compensation terms. In certain agencies, those agencies that are self-funded, for example,
That's the same thing. You need to follow it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it.
in other instances, the funding may have to be sourced from the government central. Oh, Article 56A, go back and read it. It says everybody in the executive branch will serve as a DC, GAC. This government intention to get rid of it. As a matter of fact, clearly was already passed on in the previous law, including insulting statement made against the president of Nigeria. I see a lot of you young ones, maybe a few of you know about it in 2012. And that declaration said that going forward, Liberia has decriminalized speech. There's no more criminal speech in Liberia. So you go into your research and find the Table Mountain Declaration, President Ellen Johnson's
Somebody got noise in the background.
You will get up to date on it. You can even find the declaration itself and read it. Furthermore to that, after the Table Mountain Declaration was signed, the international, it was signed mostly to protect journalists like yourselves. The Liberian government took a further step. In 2019, President George Weah signed the Camara Act. That one I show some of y'all were around for you because some of y'all really have been around lately. And in that Camara Act, the Liberian government repealed those portions of the Liberian Penal Code that criminalize speech, including insulting statement made against the president of Liberia. So what Liberian law says is that you cannot be arrested because you insulted somebody. You cannot be arrested for insulting somebody. It doesn't mean that you journalists go around insulting people. But if somebody insults you and it hurts your feelings and it damages your reputation and causes you loss of money and loss of business, you have the right to sue the person in damages. Depending on how you feel, you suffer the loss. 1,500,000, 50,000, whatever. So the courts are open for private lawsuits between individuals for insults. But you cannot be criminally charged or arrested. No longer under Liberian law. We have decriminalized speech. Criminal libel, criminal slander, all of those things have been decriminalized under Liberian law. And during this Joseph Juma Boyka time, nobody will be arrested because they insulted somebody. From the president down, nobody will be arrested in this country for insult. If you insult the person and the person feel aggrieved by it, the person proper recourse will be to sue you in a civil action for the damages that you caused to them. But that action will be between the two of you. In a Julie Andy case, the city solicitor in the Monrovia City Court filed a case on behalf of the government of Liberia. against Prophet Key and charged him criminally because he made certain statement on his podcast that Julie Andy felt were insulting to her. It's in the environment on the arrest. So they charged him criminally for speech that he made. The part that I played in it was I called the city solicitor and I asked him, is it true that you have arrested Prophet Key on behalf of the government of Liberia and charged him criminally? He said, yes. I said, on what basis? He said, on the basis of a complaint filed by this lady who said that she was criminally insulted in his podcast. Then I asked, are you aware of the Table Mountain Declaration that Liberia signed, where Liberia decriminalizes the criminalized speech? And are you also aware of the 2019 Camara Act, where we repeal all the penal code sections that has to do with criminal speech? He said, well, I aware of that, counselor, or show it to me. I said, okay, go and look at it. And if you see that speech of the kind that Prophet Key made has been decriminalized, that people cannot be arrested for it, then your best course of action will be to drop the case. Because we are suing in the name of the Republic of Liberia. You have a writ that says Republic of Liberia by and through Julie Andy versus Prophet Key. And it is not the government position. This government is not arresting anybody for speech. We don't arrest people for abusive language. I don't care how abusive the language can be, because we decriminalize it. And when you decriminalize something, you don't make exception to it for particular people. You don't. It's the law. And that's two successive presidents who intervene in this particular area, just on behalf, mostly on behalf of you who are journalists, on the radio, you're doing your podcast and all of that. And will not arrest anybody for it. So our president, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boyka, is, frequently insulted. Very frequently insulted. All on the social media, on this. So people just get up for $1 in their phone and get cussing. You think we're going to go out there to go look for those people to say we're arresting them? No. We're in a free speech era. And we will not support it. It cannot be a government action against Prophet Key. It cannot be the Republic of Liberia versus Prophet Key. It can only be the person who is aggrieved versus Prophet Key in an action for damages. That one, they can sue each other. The government has nothing to do with it. But when you do it in the name of the government, they will come and show you this is what our law says. You cannot sue in the government name for speech that somebody made. Especially in the affirmation, you clearly say that it was made in a podcast. And you journalists got to understand that this law, these two laws, the Table Mountain Declaration and the KAK Act, were specifically to protect your right to free speech. Just the other day, the president made a brief stopover at EAWA Hospital for the anniversary of the 70th anniversary of the radio station. He stopped there briefly, spoke to the people, told them thank you, how EAWA has been in Liberia for so long. Then from there, he went to Rick's for the closing of the Baptist Convention. While he was at Rick's Institute for the closing of the Baptist Convention, there were people on the radio and on social media and on other things saying that the president had been rushed to EMW treatment. You see? Now, in the old days, some kind of security person will call you in for questioning. You know, the president is at risk. Why are you saying that he has this place and that place? You don't have time for that in this new law. You want to abuse your free speech, you want to abuse your social media facilities and do all of these things, okay, go ahead with it. But this government will respect the law. And these are pre-existing laws that were made in place. They are not laws created by this government. But we respect the law. And in respect of the law, we are not going to arrest somebody because you insulted another person. I don't care how harsh that insult is. Your recourse is to sue the person in damages for the damage that they caused you, according to how you feel the damage was done. So that's the clarification on the Julie Andy matter. We did not participate in exchanging words with her. Julie is somebody that I know personally, and just to say to her that it's not a women's issue. Prophet Key is a equal opportunity man, if you know him. 2017 here,
Info, bring it down. Now, you see why I said bring it down? He called the court. If I sue you, now, Prophet Key have lawyers that understand the law. Judy Andy have lawyers. Prophet Key lawyers could argue what he just said. But he called the judge, say, you know what you're doing? This is the influence we're talking about. You get the point I'm making here.
Mm-hmm.
The lawyer should have gone to the court and said, no, this case is not for this court here. It will go for the other court. But he cannot be the one from the president's office influencing the judge to withdraw the case. What the lawyers are there for.
But again, you know, he shot himself in the foot. I don't know whether you heard it. That, yes, a point where he said, you know, I like to be balanced, right? A point where he said it cannot be the government of Liberia representing Julie Andy against Prophet Key carrying out this case because the government has signed, okay, an act abolishing criminal charges for freedom of speech. In other words, I'm free to say anything. The government is signing to that. I can cause Joe Bakama, which I cannot do. I'm a good person. Anybody can do. Yeah. But if I do it, and Joe Baka feels that I have done damage to him, he can sue me in the quote void of government influence. That means it will not be government solicitor or the government representing one of the clients. It should be client to client with our lawyers, right? That's what you're basically trying to say. So it means that there is no law in Liberia that say that you can call somebody and just go free. Basically, if you look at it.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, because the KAK say we are free to say whatever we want to say. And government has signed to it. So it means that government cannot go represent anybody in such a case because the government say we are free to say what we want to say. But the law is still there that if I offend Paul, instead of Paul going to the court to have government representation, Paul can hire his lawyers and go sue me, and I can bring my private lawyers as well, and it can be between us. So in essence, I mean, if you look at it realistically, there is no law that says you can cause anybody to go free in Liberia, no. But it will not be with government involvement.
So the reason why so the reason why I'm saying this, you know, Musa Benete sued Darrell Dillon for $1 million, right? For defamation of character. In this case, similar thing is there. That Prophet Keys told the world that Judy Andy slept with Prince Charles Taylor and George Weah. And that's why she want her name to be clear. So she's saying she has been injured. Defamation of character. It's not about the costume.
Yeah, but Judy, and I mean, but Buju Benkita is still saying that it shouldn't be the government representing Judy Andy.
I agree. But what
Judy Andy can still press with two cases. One,
agree. But I agree. But he in the president's office, he only a legal advisor to the president. Now let's put me and you in a fight. We're going to court. What is his business? You have the Supreme Court, the main arbiter of the law. They said in there, the key people that knows the law, they said in there. This guy said in the president's office and called the court what his business there? Is that what he advising?
Yeah, but okay, he can still say that the church at the court was missing the point because according to him, the church, he asked the church, "Do you know what you're doing?" He said no. So he educated the church. So he still has an escape route. But again, that does not kill the case because he also said that you can sue in a court without government representation. That means it will only be your lawyer against the other people's lawyer.
But anyhow, what Judy Andy said, because the case has been through, so she will take it to the Supreme Court. And
Yes.
if it's not addressed, then she will take it to Air Force Court.
Yeah.
Because what the guy had done,
So then it comes back to what I'm saying, that
he had
there is
used
no
his
law.
office. Yeah. He had used his office. That is your office influence. He used the office. That's the point. The
Yeah.
lawyers
Yeah,
are represented.
he used his influence, I agree. But again, like if you remember, I told you that he shot himself in the leg.
Yes.
That there is still avenue. Let me tell you the law. This is why I said earlier on that when we're making some of these laws, we don't look at tomorrow. We want to look at today or based on the cases. I studied maritime, right? And one of the things I was so concerned about in the maritime study was every time new conventions come, IMO convention, that's the International Maritime Organization conventions, they will wait until something big happen, big accident happen, ship drown, people die, properties get lost before they make new law. So I asked the question, why are they retroactive? Why are they not making the laws before something happened? And my teacher cleverly answered me and she said, you know what? They will not know, they can't predetermine what will happen. So you build a new ship today, you don't know how that ship will drown, what will cause the ship, then you made law again, said no. A specific mention was made about something a ship that got drowned past cruise ship called Scandinavian Star. Okay. So in between Norway and Iceland, or Norway and Estonia, okay, and a lot of people died. She said, because those ships were built with no fire protection, and somebody smoked it's suspected that somebody smoked, and that cigarette caused fire, and the whole ship got damaged. So then from there, they made new law that every ship that is made should be made with fireproof material. So you see, it's the same thing. Like when we are making some of these laws, we don't look at tomorrow, we wait. Or we look at the existing case and make a law based on that existing case. But the point I'm trying to make here is that all is not lost. All is not lost. There is still avenue that Judy Andy can go and pursue because she is saying that she sued Private Key for the damages that he caused to her person. Okay. If the Liberian law say cause is free, because you have Buju Bank, he say you can even cause the president.
Yeah, you'll go free.
They will go free because the government has committed itself to it. But then the president can say sue you, which cannot happen though, because another part of the law say that the president cannot sue anybody and you cannot sue them. That's why Georgia then will corrupt the bill for the 7 condominium. We can't do nothing to them. Okay? You can't sue the president, and the president cannot sue you. Now, so then, if any member of the president family say, well, you cause our father will sue you, they can go to court and sue you privately. There, the government will not go represent anybody because the same government has already signature that freedom of speech is guaranteed.
You can cause anybody one cause. You can cause anybody one call, you get away. When you lie on the person, you see that's two things, because they say freedom of speech. I can say, because if somebody won't cause you, they will say it's alleged. So that means they will cause you. But whereby you say it's alleged, you say leave for slept with a person.
Yes.
That one, then you now come in because you're from the high office, say, oh no, you're taking out of the government court. You already influenced the whole thing.
But Julie Andy knows, and Julie Andy got her own connection, so she says she will go to a higher court. So we'll wait to see what happens. But I think Buju Ben tried to explain. He ruled. He said the government cannot represent anybody in such a case, because in any case, when Julie Andy sued, it was the government that represented her. So the government, Buju Ben said, no, let the government move from there. Julie can still go and sue to another court. It can be criminal, not on a criminal cases based, but she can sue on damages. So
I agree with you 110%. I agree with you on it. But then the danger in the whole thing is Liberia is a country with laws and get plenty lawyers. And we get it high. He cannot sit be attorney general of the president because this guy campaigned for you. That's why he influenced it. He should have sat back. Listen now, he could have sat back. Listen, what we get a chief justice for? What we get a fire associate justice for? They know something going wrong. They will call the court and say, hey, this thing not supposed to happen. It's
so
not
what,
him.
so
That's
what
the
if they are
point
not
I'm
doing
making.
it? So what if they are not doing it?
Oh, no, that is not his role. Because now, who been blamed is Joseph Barker because Perfect Key campaigned for him. So from his office, they were able to influence the case. So he could have called somebody else from Supreme Court and say, look, you see what is happening here? Instead of he being the one. And that's the point I'm making. It came from the president office. He said that. He could have called.
Well, what I would say is that all is not lost, or we've gone extra 30 minutes above our time and, discussing this thing. But we hope that the case will continue. We stay following it closely. So our viewers want to say thank you very much for being with us tonight. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we let us say welcome. Make this place your home. We discuss the issues here. I see that one CSC Jolly. This is the first time Sidiki Kamara. This is the first time I see your name. Yakaba M. Kone. This is the first time I see you. Also, want to say welcome, and want to also say thanks to Love Virginia Keda. This is the first time we also see you, and Kai Jebo was there. We welcome you to join the Badona Liberia. We are here every Tuesdays and Fridays, but we can come also anytime in between like Wednesday and Thursday once something of real importance is happening for us to cover. And here again, we do respect people. We do not insult anybody. We are not Prophet Key. And by the way, Paul, how many times did we have Prophet Key on the show? 2 times, right?
We had him twice.
Yeah. And we are the only platform that brought Prophet Key when people were afraid, oh, Prophet Key will cause. But we team. You know what is team? T-A-M-E, team. That is to train. Like, you get a wild animal, how you guys, the leopard, you can bring it to time, you make it friendly. So we brought Prophet Key and he abided by our laws 2 different times, not 1 time, but twice. Prophet Key was here and he abided by our law. So Prophet Key is not above the law. Prophet Key is a human being can abide by law. Because we gave you our law, this is what we don't do here. Do not do it. He said, yes, I will not do it. See, I will do it on my platform, but not on your platform. You see it? So if the law is in place in Liberia, I think Prophet Key can obey the law. But because the law is not working, that's why Prophet Key does not obey the law in Liberia.
And so, right.
Yeah. And so for those of you joining us for the first time again, we want to say thank you and make this place your home. We come here every Tuesday and Friday, 8 o'clock Liberian time for now, because the time will be changed later on. 8 o'clock Liberian time and 9 o'clock Central European time and 8 o'clock UK time. So, Paul, any final word for our viewers before we take our exit?
Yeah, I'll say thanks to our viewers for being with us. It was good. We had a good show today. And also to let them know what has happened in Liberia concerning the private jets that we talked about. I think it was wrong. And then I think the lower house should come and find out the details. And also with the issue of the government interfering into the Perfect Key case, I think was wrong. They should have let the law take its course. That's why we have Chief Justice and 4 other associate justice. If they saw it wrong, they were going to point out with the court. They had no right interfering. Now they have given a lot of people the weapon now to go after people character, and it will go free. It's a bad precedent for the country. And moving forward, I think I said it from the start of this program. I think they should all declare their access because the government came on transparency and accountability. We all want to know what's happening, and it is why it is in Liberia. We saw what is going on, and thanks our viewer for following us. And Linford, I think was a great show.
Yeah, I also believe it was a good show as long as we had our people watching and listening and making their comments. For those of you who made comments against us, I personally, went against one Tama for calling us nonsense. But again, we expect all of that. But we will be here again on Tuesday. Have a happy weekend. And for those of you celebrating birthday, we want to say happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating your wedding anniversary or you got a young baby, we want to say happy event, whatever event you are celebrating. Some of you renewing your vows, so we want to say happy weekend, and we see you again on Tuesday. We'll be here with a fresh edition of the program, The Bottom Line Liberia. This is where we discuss the issue. My name is Linford Ware, along with Paul Chirople. Tuesday, Jamal Kamara is probably going to be with us. We want to say goodbye.